You think being born in the mountains sounds like freedom? Wait till you meet Toru, the yak. He didn't ask for this life, and trust me, he regrets it. When Toru was born, everything seemed simple. He came into the world surrounded by a vast green pasture, his mother beside him, and the scent of fresh grass filling the air. There was a sense of peace in the beginning, as he wobbled on his legs, unsure of his new world, but feeling protected. He was just like any other young animal, full of curiosity and excitement. The mountains, the fields, the freedom, it all seemed perfect. But life in the mountains isn't as serene as it first appears. Toru would soon learn that the beauty around him would come with a cost. Being a yak isn't just about being big, strong, and resilient. It's about the weight you carry, both literally and figuratively. The mountains are unforgiving. Steep cliffs, narrow paths, long winters. Toru wasn't just born to roam freely. He was born to survive in a harsh environment, carrying a burden that others don't understand. His massive body, his thick coat, and his heavy hooves were meant for this rugged life. But every day, it felt like that weight was too much to bear. Toru spent his days with his friends, Saba the snow leopard and Kima the goat. They were light on their feet, quick and agile. They had the freedom to roam, to leap from rock, to glide through the snow. Saba, with her sharp eyes and silent steps, could disappear into the mountains, a shadow of grace. Kima, small but fearless, could dart through the steepest paths without a second thought. They seemed so carefree, so capable. But Toru? He wasn't like them. He couldn't move as fast. He couldn't leap like Kima or blend into the snow like Saba. He felt every step, every shift of his weight, as the ground beneath him seemed to resist. Every day he was reminded that he was different. He was a yak, born to be strong but stuck with a body that was built for endurance, not speed or freedom. And yet, despite his envy of their freedom, Toru tried to make the best of it. He spent his days with Saba and Kima, grazing together and watching the mountain landscape unfold before them. But he couldn't shake the feeling that he was stuck, confined to this place, trapped in a life that didn't feel like his own. He'd watch Saba leap across snowdrifts or see Kima scramble up rock faces, and all he could think was, what if I had been born to live like that? What if I could just run away? But life in the mountains wasn't as simple as running away. One day, the ground shook beneath their hooves. A distant rumble echoed through the valley, growing louder by the second. Toru's heart skipped a beat. He knew what that meant. The humans were coming. The machines, the ropes, the nets, the tools of destruction. They came every year, marching into the mountains like an unstoppable force, cutting down trees, building roads, and disrupting the lives of every animal in their path. And for Toru, it was always the same. He couldn't escape them. His large frame, his cumbersome body, could never move as fast as Saba could, or find the hidden paths like Kima. He was always the one who lagged behind, the one who stood out like a target. There was nowhere to hide for a yak like him. As the humans drew closer, panic started to set in. Kima dashed off toward the cliffs, darting between the rocks with her nimble hooves. Saba, ever the shadow, melted into the snow, blending into her surroundings like a ghost. But Toru? He was stuck. He couldn't move fast enough. His heavy legs, his thick fur, the weight of his own body, it was all too much. Every time the humans came, it felt like his world was being torn apart. It wasn't just about surviving anymore. It was about being seen as a burden. A yak could be strong, yes, but he couldn't outrun machines or escape humans who didn't care about the land or the creatures that lived there. He was the one who had to endure, the one who had to take the blows. Toru stumbled through the rocks, struggling to find a safe path, every part of his body aching. He wanted to scream, to run, but there was nowhere to go. All the weight of his life, all the weight of the mountains, seemed to press down on him in that moment. He didn't just feel the physical burden, he felt the weight of his purpose, the weight of being a yak. But something inside him shifted. As he reached the top of a steep cliff, breathless and exhausted, he looked out over the vast snow-covered valley below. For the first time, the mountain landscape didn't seem so overwhelming. The wind had stopped, and the sky was clearing. In that moment, he realized something he hadn't understood before. Maybe the weight wasn't just something to endure. Maybe it was something to embrace. He had been born for this life, for these mountains. No one else could carry the burden like he could. No one else could endure the harshness of the highlands, with their frozen winds and rocky paths. Quite like Toru. His strength wasn't just about surviving, it was about carrying the mountains with him. He wasn't just a yak, he was part of this place. He was built for it. And no matter how hard it seemed, he was going to carry on. Toru understood now that it wasn't the speed of a snow leopard or the nimbleness of a goat that mattered. It was the strength to stand tall in the face of everything that tried to break him. He was built to last, built to endure, and built to protect the mountains that had always been home. And in that, he found his purpose. Life in the mountains isn't easy. The world doesn't always give us what we want. Sometimes, we're stuck with the weight of things we didn't ask for. But that weight, it's not a curse. It's what makes us strong. It's what gives us the power to carry on when everything else seems impossible. Sometimes, the greatest strength comes not from running away from the things that weigh us down, but from standing firm and finding purpose in carrying them.